Hello, Audio Marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said!
And I'm back. Well, unfortunately, I'm all alone this week on another edition of a MiniCast for Marks for Life podcast. I am your host, Jimmy. Unfortunately, CJ had to take a shift and unfortunately couldn't be here with me to do it, so it's alright. We're going to move forward. This week, we're just going to go over some news. We did have something planned, but unfortunately, for certain circumstances, it just couldn't happen. But let's just kick it off to some pretty big things that happened this week. For first start, I want to state that we're sorry that this podcast is late. It's been kind of a crazy, hectic week, but we're just going to go with everything that's been going on this week. We'll start off with the beginning of the week with news about what's been going on with Raw. And we have what appears to be Woken Matt Hardy actually being woken. You know, taking some of the broken gimmick that he's been doing prior to coming back to WWE and implementing it into WWE storyline. And what he did with Bray Wyatt with like that dual promo video package that was going on and giving commentary on Bray's stuff was actually really good. It actually made Bray's Wyatt's more interesting. And I don't know if that's gonna, move anything forward. I think that it's a good start so far. And hopefully nothing gets ruined, but so much more of something that came up from that is that it's been reported that the Woken gimmick has been giving full creative license by Vince McMahon to Matt Hardy, which is good, because I don't know what WWE would have planned if they had still all the creative licenses for it. What I can tell is that, Matt knows this gimmick better than anyone, and so long as he has control of it, good things will happen. It was reported by Sports Illustrated saying that Vince McMahon actually advocated for the Woken Matt Hart gimmick and is willing to give Matt full creative freedom for this gimmick. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think that this is going to be a fun gimmick that's going to really give us the broken Matt Hardy in WWE that we really wanted for a really long time. Another kind of sad news that kind of happened is that Sheamus is dealing with a neck injury. It's a pretty serious spinostenosis neck issue. It's the same injury that affected Edge and Stone Cold. So it's possible that I think this Monday we'll be seeing Sheamus give a retirement speech. And in retrospect, Sheamus had a pretty good run. Not a fantastic run, not a great run, but he had a really good run. His latest one with the bar, I think, definitely is being short-lived, especially if he does retire this Monday. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's possible, and I can believe that, but at the same time, I really wish that we got more from it. But, he's a 3-time WWE champion, he's a U.S. champion, and he's a tag team champion. Just skimmed the lips of an IC championship run, being a Grand Slam champion, but, we'll see what happens. It's very possible that we'll see a retirement speech coming from Sheamus this coming Monday. But on some more better news, it has been reported that the Revival will be making a comeback, a return to WWE within 4 weeks, and that's really exciting. I'm very excited and very happy to see that come to fruition. It's been reported by PW Insider that they were very close to coming back. I think the last time that we saw them was some sort of bicep injury with Wilder, and before that, I think the tag team had to slow their initial run with the New Day, I think with a broken jawline. The Revival has not had a good strand of luck, but, they're not injury prone by any means. It's just for some reason in the main roster, they just haven't gotten it. So I'm very excited if they come between, I don't know. By the reports, they're going to be coming soon, probably starting in 2018. So that's actually really exciting. And I can't wait to see them come soon. So hopefully they come back, they start hitting the ground hard, and they take up the Bar's stance as the tag team dominant champions. And I would like to see them hold the title belts for like a year. We haven't really gotten like a year-long champion in like quite a long time, and I would like to see the Bar take it, because that was something that needed to happen, like, badly. Actually, going back to moving forward into some other kind of bad news concerning Rob Van Dam. It turns out that he is, quote, disqualified from ever working in WWE again due to, I believe, some claims that his eyesight is no longer good, which is actually pretty sad. So he can't be anywhere inside the ring performing, but he could do, like, an appearance here and there. But I don't know, man. The whole thing with Van Dam is pretty bad. Not as bad as Sheamus, but it's still pretty bad. We could all still technically watch Van Dam come back into the fold of WWE, just not in a wrestling standpoint. But I mean, it's just getting to that time where wrestlers are starting to age out and more things are starting to come up, and it sucks. It really sucks. Now let's talk about what happened this past week on the December tour, which was in Abu Dhabi and in India. And in Abu Dhabi, I believe, Abu Dhabi, they had their first ever women's match there between Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, and it was said to be one of the really good matches, and they made history, and there was a exclusive video from WWE from Sasha saying it was such an honor and privilege, and she was crying and really being one of the first, and it was so great. That was probably one of the better moments for that tour. One of the moments that was kind of like, what are they thinking and stuff like that kind of moments came from the India part of it when they matched in New Delhi, the very now infamous and, kind of match that we kind of saw happen, but was kind of hoping something would change, was the match between Triple H and Jinder Mahal. And, guess what happens? Triple H defeating Jinder Mahal. Clean. I don't understand. I don't understand why they would do that. Now, granted, I heard it was actually a really good match, and that, it was due to by chicanery from the Singh brothers, and that's what got Triple H the victory. But still, I don't understand why Triple H needs to win at something like this. It just doesn't make sense. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Triple H, and what he's doing now is great work. But his role shouldn't be that, though. And we all know that. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't. And moving on to some other news, Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks will be announcing that their new venue for their new show, for the new 10,000-seat arena show, my apologies, will be coming within the next week or so. I'm pretty excited. I kind of want to know where it is. If it is in the Northeast, I don't know where they would have it in the Northeast, but if it's in like a driving distance between the New York Tri-County area, I can guarantee you that the Marks here will find a way to go there. There's just some talks about Neville coming back to TV. There's really no other indication that he's just going to be coming up soon. And it seems that WWE is kind of wavering on that a little bit, but we'll see what happens in the next weeks. And finally, I just want to talk about kind of something that came up now of this recording, December 10th, is that former Cruiserweight champion Rich Swann has been arrested and for kidnapping and battery. WWE has yet to make a comment on it. but it looks like it's not looking good. It looks like it's going to be about, oh boy. I don't know. There's not really much detail on it. Hopefully within the coming week, and hopefully on the next podcast, we'll definitely talk more about it. But it's sad to say that Rich Swann has been arrested for such thing. It does look like it is going to be not good for Rich Swann. I really don't know what to say about this. It's really sad. I liked Rich Swann. I thought Rich Swann was a really good, capable champion. But life happens. Well, not like this stuff happens all the time, but so some things in life just come and challenge everyone, and it affects everyone differently. And it sucks to see a great wrestler and a pretty decent champion go into that and get into situations like this. It sucks. But that's it for this week, guys, for another MiniCast. Hopefully we'll be back next week to get a full roundabout, and also be discussing Clash of Champions next week. Okay? Have a good time, guys.
And that's the bottom line. Go Stone Cold
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Radio Public, Spotify, Google Play Music, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. And now check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and new content coming soon. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any questions or comments. Until next time, Audio Marks.